Good morning, everybody. Haku here with my reaction for One Piece Chapter 957. So I've been coughing a lot this morning, so hopefully, I'm not going to be coughing a bunch during this video, and if I do, I'll edit it out. Just letting you know, if, the editing and cuts seem weird or something, it's probably because I was just cutting out me coughing or anything. But yeah, I'm excited for One Piece 957. So let's get into it. The last two chapters have been amazing. I read both of them together last week. So yeah, I'm excited. I wonder if we're gonna go back to Wano Part 3, or if we're gonna get more, of the stuff sort of about the wider world. But either way, we have a jump cover here, heavily featuring One Piece. Something about One Piece Knowledge King. Maybe that's gonna be a game show. No idea, or some sort of special. No idea what that's about. Okay, moving on to the next page, and we have a color cover. Cool. I love color covers. So yeah, Volume 94 goes on sale Friday, October 4th. The Knowledge King event draws close. A color cover. Alright, cool. Okay, let's find out who knows the most about One Piece. The Knowledge King event will be held on Sunday, October 6th. Participation applications are open until Saturday, October 5th. Alright, and they're riding on this sort of duck train thing that says pick up your speed. Alright, it's taking everything in, wondering if there's anything I should be paying attention to. Everything looks pretty normal. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the actual chapter then. Alright, as soon as it actually loads. Okay, so we are seeing more stuff around the world then, because we're starting off with the New World Marine HQ. And is this the first time we've actually seen the new Marine HQ? I don't remember. I suppose you're quite pleased, Isho, on the eve of the raid, but elsewhere. You and your lot have longed for the abolition of the Shichibukai system for quite some time. I myself was against it, but the will of the kings cannot be overturned. New Marineford, Chapter 957, Ultimate. And the sacrifices necessary for the continued existence of the Shichibukai? You've never been on the chopping block yourself. You have no idea what it's like. All that's left is to put our faith in SSG. The power balances of this world shall surely shift greatly. SSG, then. Is that something to do with sword? Either way, I suppose we'll see. Aye, in directions we cannot predict. I hear tell that in Wano, Big Mom and Kaido intend to join forces. And Isho's reacting to it. What the? Rock's second coming. Oh, that must have been the crew they were in before. Don't speak of it like some sort of fable. This is real. When the rains of disaster come, they pour. The Yonko have joined hands? Now of all things? Now? To be precise, it seems they plan to join forces. They've yet to cause any real damage, but we do not know what they intend to achieve, nor can we anticipate how best to counter them. As for the legendary Rock's pirates, information remains quite scant. Big Mom and Kaido have been, for many years, as cat and dog. This is certainly unforeseen, and we're seeing Sengoku here with all the headquarters higher-ups. In this day and age, I'd say most Marines have never even heard of Rocks. Quite some time ago, the Rock's Pirates formed when a band of pirates gathered on the pirate island Beehive for a particular get-rich-quick scheme. A unique bunch. Okay, so there's a relationship to the island Blackbeard was on too then. They would constantly kill each other off, even at sea on the same ship. A violent crew. With their captain Rocks at the lead, their members included Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido, all in their younger years. What? Oh, and I like this. We're seeing silhouetted versions of them. And we have some other characters silhouetted there too, but it's interesting to see the young Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido together. Okay. Yes, once upon a time, all three of them flew the same flag. That's unbelievable. There are others from the Rocks Pirates who later made names for themselves. The Golden Lion. Okay, so Shiki was there. Silver Axe, Captain John, Wang Zi. So Captain John, too, is the treasure that Buggy was after. Okay. You've got to be kidding. How do all these people hail from the same dark corner of history? Well, one reason's one reason is that all of these pirates got along so badly that very few of them lived long enough to tell the tale. Their captain, Rox, aimed to become Pirate King, and he bared the fangs of his crew with the world government, almost like a terrorist organization. Another is that many of these incidents have been wiped from the pages of history by the world government. However, their enormity reached everyone's ears at the time. The fateful clash happened 38 years ago, on God Valley, the day that the news that the strongest crew in the world, the Rox Pirates, had been crushed at God Valley. So this is the first time I remember hearing of Oda is still pulling out new and intriguing stuff this late in the game. Had been crushed at God Valley was heard around the world. The inexorable advance of evil, nearly unstoppable, had been stopped by a Marine Vice Admiral by the name of Garp. Garp's name soon spread the world over. Garp was god tier, and he soon became known as the hero of the Marines. Jeez, Garp top 5 is not even a joke. Holy shit. That's insanity. So that was the beginning. There's already so many legends of Garp's heroic deeds, I didn't know which to believe. If you ask the man himself, however, you'd find him rather tight-lipped on the subject. And it looks like, we're seeing Garp's ship leaving the Ryukyu Kingdom? Huh? Why? He'll give you the historical facts, sure, but not much more. Big Mom and Kaido, one after another, and he's reading the news. The first reason never made it into the papers, but Garp had to fight alongside a pirate in that battle. Okay, so this is probably how his relationship with Roger deepened. A pirate. The other is he fought to protect celestial dragons. Where did the celestial dragons come from? And I thought protecting the celestial dragons is the duty of the Marines. Garp's moral code doesn't permit him to fulfill that duty. In fact, the reason Garp has continually refused the rank of admiral is because becoming one will place him squarely under the thumb of the celestial dragons. Despite doing so much, the fact that he cannot shake this story is proof, if nothing, of what an achievement it is and the degree of popularity he's enjoyed. In any case, the truth is this. At God Valley, in order to protect the celestial dragons and their slaves, Garp and Roger, who both happened to meet there, joined forces and piped out the Rox Pirates. That's the full story of the God Valley incident. He fought alongside the Pirate King. What a cast. Celestial dragons, Roger, and Rox. What in the world happened on that island? I've never even heard of a place called God Valley. The location of the island of God Valley is no longer depicted on any map, and in reality the entire island itself has vanished without a trace. So I wonder if this is the place that going to the sort of quadrangulating the locations of the road poneglyphs leads to, and that God Valley is maybe sunken or something and will raise. I know that's not like a novel theory or anything, but, it sort of makes sense, since the island's missing. An island whose existence the world governments desired very much to keep a secret has vanished. Still interested in asking questions about it? Once upon a time, a buccaneer by the name of Rox sought to become the Pirate King. But, because he touched too many of the stones that this world would rather be left untouched, no information about the Rox Pirates remains intact. Only whatever lies sleeping in the memories of a few Marines of my generation. Past or not, to think there was once a man that led 3 of the pirates that would later become Yonko. He was Roger's first, and perhaps greatest enemy. He was never called by any name other than Captain Rox, but his full name was Rox Xebec, I guess. Or, unless it's supposed to be pronounced Quebec. But either way, so Rox had the will of D too. And while he's no longer of this world, he was one of the pirates that one sees from time to time carrying the name of D. While it's true that Big Mom and Kaido were once part of the same pirate crew, they're far stronger than they were 38 years ago. If their alliance is indeed real, the most fearsome crew this world has ever seen is about to take shape. Brand new, what about the current bounties of those two? Oh, so are we going to learn? Well, let's see. The new bounties of the individuals that have recently been driven from their posts as Shichibukai need to be recalculated. In any case, let's go over these guys' numbers. Okay, so we're going to learn some more bounties. This is exciting. First we have Blackbeard. It's been about a year since he acquired the status of Yonko. Following his ambush at Impel Down about 2 years ago, he gained several powerful subordinates. At present, he's the de facto boss of the Pirate Island Beehive, a new power still growing that's risen to fill the void left by Whitebeard. Why do I keep messing that up? The Admiral of the Blackbeard Pirates, Marshal D. Teach, a bounty of, what is 2 trillion, that's just million, or billion, rather. 2,240,000,000, or 247,600,000. Okay, so that's not too extreme compared to, we've already seen some really incredibly high bounties, so 2 billion and such isn't really that huge, I guess, for Blackbeard. I was expecting something just absolute insanity, to tell the truth. Next, we have a man that's only been called a Yonko for about 6 years. Of the 4, he's the youngest, and is well trusted by his subordinates. Beckman, Rue, Yesop, his executives have each won their own fame, and his crew boasts a high average bounty, perhaps the most well-balanced, impenetrable pirate crew of the 4. I'd like to know all the crewmates' bounties as well for these. The leader of the Red Hair Pirates, Red Hair Shanks, 4,048,900,000 bounty. Absolutely nuts. That's more of an absolutely crazy number. Next, it's said that she attacked the giant village of Elbaf as a mere child, a born monster refusing to trust anyone. Refusing to trust anyone she's not directly related to. She and her 85 offspring have created a strange little country called Totland, the one-woman queen herself. Captain of the Big Mom Pirates, Charlotte Linlin, 4,388,000,000. Makes sense. Hers is even higher than Shanks, but I was thinking hers would be even higher than that just because of the danger that Totland itself poses. But either way. Then we have a man that was but a pirate in training during his time in the Rock's crew. Afterward, with his own strength alone, he won the respect of many cruel pirates, and eventually came to be called a Yonko. Viceroy of the 100 Beast Pirates, 100 Beast Kaido, 4,611,100,000. And again, it makes sense that his is competitive with the other 2. I'm getting dizzy, says one of the random guys. In the future, we'll no longer be able to deploy the Shichibukai to curb the power of these Yonko. Whether drawing out the poison from within our ranks in this way was the correct move or not, will be decided in the future by the Special Science Group, SSG. Alright. So that's a really interesting thing, since they mentioned the SSG would be important, and it'll be decided in the future by them. That's really interesting. Finally, allow me to remind you of the bounties of 2 legendary men. Okay, so who is this going to be about? The captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, Edward Newgate, was 5,046,000,000. Okay. And the captain of the Roger Pirates, the Pirate King Goldie Roger, was 5,556,800,000. Okay, so we're learning about those 2. In all the history of piracy, no bounties surpass those 2. However, if Big Mom and Kaido truly do ally, their total bounty will surely surpass that of either of those 2. And yet, that's exactly what's about to occur in the non-allied country of Wano. Fleet Admiral Sakazuki, and we see Akainu coming in. Leave Wano for now. We don't have the manpower to tear apart those 2. Sengoku. Of course I have no intention of getting involved. I was just imparting the wisdom of an aged fogey like myself to the young future of the Marines. Pirates have interpersonal relationships too, reasons for their next move. Without an understanding of our past, the future will forever remain dark. Come to think of it, Whitebeard, Roger, and Redhair, all were quite fond of one pirate from Wano. I presume you're referring to Kozuki Oden, says Sakazuki. He was once a captain on one of Whitebeard's ships, but he was later picked up by Roger and went along with the Pirate King's last voyage. I don't believe Oden has anything to do with this most recent development, but what in the world is the story behind Wano and Oden? Why are so many powerful individuals connected to Wano? I, for one, do not believe it to be a coincidence, Sakazuki. Well, that should be because the people of Wano made the poneglyphs. Like, even if they weren't the people who originally sort of wrote the text or whatever, they were at least the people that carved it, or at least the ancestors of the Kozuki were, because we got that story way back in Zou. So that's probably the connection, is that they are sort of the source of, at least the middleman of the poneglyphs, if not the source themselves. So yeah, there's still a lot of secrecy going on in Wano. Could be some sort of ancient, we've heard of all these ancient weapons, could be some sort of ancient weapon related thing, no clue. But this was really, really cool. I loved the backstory, I loved the info dump, and just sticking with one story, just telling the story of the Rocks Pirates, getting to see these bounties, and sort of having it done through Sengoku relaying information to the other important members of Marine HQ, I thought was really, really cool. So I thought this was a really cool and interesting chapter, just in terms of straight up knowledge and plotline relevance. And again, like I said earlier in the video, I think it's really, really, really impressive how Oda continues to throw in these really, really important things here, these really core things that we haven't even heard of yet. Like, we didn't see anything about Rox's bounty or anything, or any real concrete information on him, despite having all this sort of legendary side type information, which is really cool. But just like when Emu was thrown in back at Reverie, that's something like incredibly important to the series. That's like the head of the world government, and we're just now learning about this stuff 900 some chapters in. So it's really interesting, and there's so much more to see, which I love. I love that it doesn't feel like it's pretty much over and we're counting down. It feels like we're still getting these new and interesting things, and there's so much left to see, so much left to discover, which, man, just makes One Piece so amazing. So yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. I loved reading this. It was so good. So yeah, either way, like the video and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my thoughts and reaction, what your thoughts are, like I said. If you want to stay better updated and be able to see as soon as videos are posted, subscribing would definitely help. And if you want to follow on Twitter, I keep you updated there. I always post on Twitter whenever I post a new video. Or I can just talk to you there, and if you want to talk to me or more of us on the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone, so just ask and I can give you a link. You can hop in there. And yeah, that's it. Other than if you'd like to support on Patreon, help keep the channel going, all of that stuff, then a link to the Patreon's in the description, or it's just patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes. But that's it, so thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.